and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs. Spoofs, goofs, and novelty songs.
That's how you know. I mean, it's how you know we're an amateur podcast and not a professional one. Because a professional one, they would count it down like 5, 4.
For the listener, Kelly was silently doing it after he started.
Yeah.
So yeah, for the listener, we might have all hit record at a slightly different time. So if we're all talking over each other, that's why.
Also, for the listener. Oh wait, what was
that
it? Hold
counts
on.
retroactively too.
No. I want to. Okay, you go.
Yeah. Okay.
But
that counts retroactively too.
Okay. No.
Wait. Sorry, Kelly. Go ahead.
I don't like this bit anymore.
Why not? Oh, too close to home?
No, I just wanted to mention how many good visual gags we always have on our audio-based podcast that the listeners just miss out on.
It's true.
Listeners,
I'm naked right now.
yeah, Scott's totally naked.
I don't like that bit.
Well, but my camera's off.
I actually got new shorts.
Ooh, that's a great
This is a
topic
good
for a cold
topic.
open. Kelly, tell us about these shorts.
It's more like a hot open, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a hot one. The shorts I got, I wanted some athletic shorts. Most of my shorts up until this point have been like cutoffs, and they're cutoffs of skinny jeans, and they don't feel good anymore.
Like John Cena.
So I got some athletic sort of sweat shorts to lounge around the house in and maybe golf in. And Sam said, I can't wear them outside the house because, like, you can see things.
Oh.
And I'm just like, you can see those things when I'm wearing, like, normal pants, too. It's just stupid.
Wait a minute. Is this just a story so you can brag about your massive bulge?
No, it's my tiny little dimple poking out. That's probably why it looks weird in my sweat shorts, is because you know how, like, your zipper, like, has the little curve sometimes?
No.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Scott knows. Scott gets it.
I don't understand. Why would you have that problem?
Where the zipper curves?
You get the little, like, zipper boner?
You get a zipper boner.
Yeah, no, mine's flat, just flat against my body.
You get a zipper boner, and then everyone in school laughs at you.
Yeah. And they're like, they all chant in unison, ha, 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 that's not a zipper boner, that is a real boner.
You have, hormones.
Save it, Kelly. You can do it. There you go.
That wasn't what I was going for, but yeah.
You're going through puberty just like we all are, but if we point at you, then you can't see that we are also insecure.
Man, kids are vicious. I hate working with kids.
Welcome to Spoofs, Goofs, and Novelty Songs.
Hey, what the hell? Kelly was mid-transition, and then you did your own transition.
No, it's okay. I don't want to talk about children. They'll probably listen to this and then rip me apart on Vine or something.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. Yeah.
I felt like it was a good time because Kelly said children are vicious. That felt like a good punctuation.
I guess to get into Shrek, why not?
The podcast about dumb shit.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Kelly. Carry us away, Marty. Carry the pod.
This week, it's Donkey Shrek Week. That's right, we're reviewing Shrek, a 2001 animated comedy film based on the early 90s fairy tale book of the same name. This was directed by Andrew Adamson and Vicky Jensen and was the second picture to be made by the DreamWorks Animation Studio, after, of course, The Prince of Egypt. This film features Mike Myers as Shrek, a giant green ogre, Eddie Murphy as Donkey, an annoying talking donkey, Cameron Diaz as Fiona, a princess who is more than she seems, and John Lithgow as Lord Farquaad, a man who is full of shit and has a Napoleon complex. This movie is a true icon of the genre. Shrek takes aim at every fairy tale trope it can possibly do, riffing on anything and all of the genre. Grimm Brothers beware, you're about to be spoofed on.
Hey, Marty, they're dead. Let's not.
That's why we're doing
be
it.
too hard
They
on
died
them.
recently, I think. That's why we're doing this movie.
It's my homage to the Grimm Brothers, of course.
Yeah. Oh, 2020's been so hard.
We lost
The Grimm Brothers
Grimm,
died. Yeah.
AKA the Property Brothers. Oh man.
Now, before I say gentlemen, I want to add one personal note. I feel like Shrek gets a hard rap. I think Shrek is actually a really good movie. I think it gets lumped in with two other movies that have a similar problem, which is Pulp Fiction and Juno. I think all three of these movies, which kind of they poke fun at genres and stuff, they get, let me finish this point.
I have to.
They get a hard rap because they were all three really specifically tongue-in-cheek movies that basically ruined the decade after them for movies, because every movie after them was trying so hard to rip them off, and they missed the true thing that worked in all three of those movies was the heart in the movies. Shrek works because of Shrek's character and the growth his character goes into, from going from a guy who doesn't believe in fairy tales to, at the end of the movie, he genuinely believes in something. That's what makes this movie fucking work. And every animated movie that came after missed this. It just became tongue-in-cheek city, and it ruined animated movies for a decade.
And reference city.
Yes. Which is the same problem Juno had, I think.
I thought what you just said was crazy.
Yeah.
And then
But then I remember
I thought about it more.
I thought about it too. And I remember going into Marty's dorm room, and he had a Shrek poster, a Juno poster, and a Pulp Fiction poster. So it kind of all
and
makes
that's
sense.
it. And that was all the furniture.
Yeah.
And they were kissing. I positioned them so they were all kissing each other, too.
Yeah, and a triangle. And you like cut holes into each one. Okay. So here's what from what you said, all these movies also like have like a very like, I think, sort of like distinct style of dialogue in them.
Yeah.
And they're all feature like they're all going for like capturing like people speaking in a very like real way in an unreal world, kind of.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess I get that. Yeah, and then Shrek is a movie about a guy going from being a cynical loner to accepting love and
friendship.
I'll say it, magic, baby.
Yeah. At first, I didn't really agree with what Marty said, but then I thought about the last 3 decades, and the only movies I can remember are Juno, Pulp Fiction, and Shrek. So I guess you're right.
Yeah, the 3 decades.
Yeah, all the other movies are in the shadows of those movies.
Juno is the one I think is actually the apt comparison. I only include Pulp Fiction just because like I needed an earlier movie to make that comparison, I think. But like Juno is the one I always think about, because like Juno's I think is a really good movie, but everybody tried ripping off Diablo Cody's style of dialogue for like 10 years, and it
What are you talking about, Brosiah?
But it's like all of the like the tree of like the Apatow comedy stuff is where like all that got like rough. And like DreamWorks Studios, going back to Shrek, like they copied this movie and to the point of making like 80 sequels to Shrek itself, and they just like diminishing returns because they just like missed that like this could only really work the one time. Like this worked really well this time, and afterwards it's like you're gonna lean on Donkey too much in the sequels. You're gonna forget that the movie works because Shrek becomes a lovable guy over the course of the movie, which who doesn't like that in a movie? Lithgow is a big part of why this movie works. I think the character is such a terrible villain, and of course you're gonna hate this guy. Like that's why it works. It's like old wrestling logic of like having a truly atrocious bad guy to make you love the good guy more, and this movie nails that so well. And like they just never followed this up well.
I think Shrek 2 is fine.
I'm having like this like weird like existential crisis right now. Like,
Oh no.
I just
I
can't
have a lot of
believe.
thoughts.
I just can't. I never thought I'd be on a podcast where we're like seriously like breaking down. We're doing like this like clinical breakdown of Shrek. This feels so gross to me.
Yeah, now I feel dirty too.
It just feels so weird to be like just like dissecting like just it's Shrek, dude. Like,
I know. I agree. But we're here.
I do agree. I love when you said wrestling villain like logic or whatever. I did like I love that shit. Like, I love.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I can't think of any other like good examples, but like
UHF, the villain in UHF, we talked about how he's just a walking dollar sign. Like, he's just
bad guys who like they're not bad because they're not bad to achieve something they love. They're not using badness to go after something they love. They love being bad. And those are really fun villains.
It's fun for like a comedy, right? Like if you want more nuanced antagonists, you have to look for like a drama, right? Like, but in a comedy, it's fine to just make your villain a really reprehensible person, and this movie just nails it. You are not supposed to like Lord Farquaad at all. He is, and they are so mean about his character. He's really short, and there are so many jokes in this movie about how short he is, and they just keep hammering in that home. And you know what? It's a fucking home run every single time, in my opinion. I think all those jokes are funny.
I also think that like if we are gonna do this clinical breakdown of Shrek, just as interesting as getting into the inner workings of the various plot devices, we also got to talk about like the like meta culture around Shrek, because it's taken on this like whole second life on the internet.
Yes.
Of like memes and shit. And even that, I think, is like it's almost that's played itself out just as much as Shrek the Third. I say,
Yeah,
Scott gets it. Shrek the Third is bad. Shrek 2 good. I think Shrek, what is it? Shrek Forever After. It's fine. Shrek the Third is like, by people who like the movie beyond it being, because it's not bad. It just is like one of those movies that got memed to hell. So now if you do say you enjoy it, they're like, oh, like ironically. I feel like that's the go-to for people. I watched this movie. It's been a long time, I think, since I've seen this movie like and paid attention to it. It's on in the background at the gym all the time while I'm getting swole. And I'm like, haha, donkey. Haha, Fiona. So fun. The Robin Hood and his merry men. Haha. But if you watch it in detail, it's like the animation's really, really puppety. The camera movement, oh my god, dude. The camera movement was like making me sick because it was just like this.
Yeah.
The late aughts, or I guess mid aughts, they just learned how to do that in like their animation engine. And you can like see where the camera starts and stops, and like it's on these really smooth, hard tracks, and there's like it just feels like, compared to like what you watch now with like a DreamWorks or Pixar film especially, oof, it's difficult.
It was rough. Donkey's character in general, the hairs on Donkey are like, you can't look at them. If you look at them, you're like, whoa, that looks really shitty and cheap. It looks so cheap
bad.
in this movie.
The
Shrek I thought was animated fine, but yeah, Donkey is the one where it's like, don't look at Donkey too long, because those hairs are just like pixelated as fuck and like very jagged and look like really poor Photoshop style. Almost.
But that's I remember seeing it as a kid and being like, oh my god.
I mean, they spent so much money on this movie because of Chris Farley initially supposed to be doing the Shrek voice, and they had like half of his lines recorded, I think, or something like that. So then they had to re-record for Mike Myers. Mike Myers, halfway through recording, or like after recording all of his lines, decided he wants to have an Irish accent. So they had to reanimate all of Shrek's lines because the mouth movements are different.
Yep.
And then you look at like the models of like the humans in this movie. Like specifically the humans for me were so disturbing and disorienting a little bit. Like it's just,
there's a lot of uncanny valley in the animation.
Yeah, and then the lighting too. Like we've come a long way. Like this is not a movie that I think when I eventually have kids, I don't think my kids are gonna be like into this movie the way kids. Depending, I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't give a shit.
It's a funny movie.
It's funny.
I don't give a shit.
No. It's funny. Don't get me wrong. It's not a bad movie. I'm just like looking at it, and like Paw Patrol has like the same quality of animation as this right now.
Okay,
that's kind of where I'm coming from. Like if I showed this to my kid after he watches an episode of Paw Patrol, he'll be like, "Lo-fi much?" And he's like 4, and I'm like, "Dude, you're so hip." And then he'll play a record for me.
Mm-hmm. I think like if you're trying to get kids into irreverent comedy, this is a very safe movie to play for kids. Like I think it's a good jumping off point.
Dude, they say ass in this movie. What are you talking about?
Every parents' goal.
Yeah, but-
that's what a donkey is, Scott.
Yeah, Scott.
They don't say ass when they're referring to
I missed
butts.
that.
They say, don't
That's
forget
his
to...
last name.
Please don't
Oh,
walk...
that's very clever. Wow.
Please don't walk on the grass and don't forget to wipe your face.
Yeah.
La-
Yeah, I got nervous for a second.
Yeah, I
Oof.
was nervous too. I remember geeking out, and I remember my dad laughed real hard at that when I watched this in the theaters with him. No joke, he laughed so hard at that
doing
part.
this?
Oh, nice.
Oh, JD.
Shout out to
liking the ass
JD.
job.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I had my biggest take actually from watching this movie, besides my other big takes that I listed up top. I thought the music didn't. A lot of it doesn't work. It's so weird that the music is so famous for this movie, and the soundtrack. Was
Yeah,
such
it's
a
kind
thing,
of an iconic soundtrack.
But I thought it was really all the first couple songs, the Smash Mouth song and the Runaway or the Joan Jett song. Both I was like, did they not cut this to this song? It feels like it's not edited to the song at all, and it really doesn't work. Like both those songs particularly stood out as like, this is really rough. And in general, I thought a lot of the like bigger name songs in this movie are all like pretty shoehorned in. Like it just felt like they were like, this is the 90s. We have to include a Smash Mouth song. Okay, we have to include Bad Reputation because everybody uses Bad Reputation for a fight scene. You know what I mean? Like, but this movie was better when it was all of the weirder. When they did all the montages of traveling and stuff, all the music and that stuff was really nice. And then they would go back to like rock.
Let's see. We got who sings 500 Miles?
Oh, I wrote that down too.
The Pretenders, or it's the Somethingers?
and
I think it's a cover of that,
walk
though.
500
Yeah.
miles and I would that one.
Well, it's
That was in
those
Shrek?
guys. Yeah. No, gee, God.
It's a cover of that.
The guys who sing that song sing a different song on the soundtrack. And then you got Rufus Wainwright covers the Hallelujah song.
Yep, which is good in this movie.
The Shrek soundtrack goes off. I don't care who you
Oh, I
are.
had it on CD.
That's what I'm saying.
did too.
That's the thing. I don't even think we can judge this movie fairly because it's such a millennial, which I wouldn't understand because I'm just a young Zoomer. But it's such a millennial based movie, and then the memes too are like specifically for like, I feel like half of what that memedom is just like, hey, remember this 90s kids, like. And that's why it's like kind of like it's so hack to me. I'm sick of Shrek, and I'm sick of the Shrek meme. I've like gone around the irony bend to now I'm just back to like genuinely liking like Shrek. Like this is a good
Can we
kids
just
movie.
like it and not make
That's
a
how I
big
feel
deal
about
out
it.
of it? Like
Yeah.
most things.
Shrek.
You need to say that. Oh God, Kelly, please tell that to the rest of America. Like every fandom ever needs to hear that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have the platform for it right now.
We know you're all
You know what?
listening.
They do make a Babe reference in this film.
Oh, and it is in an official Spoof, Scoofs, and Novelty Songs official spoof because it does feature a bullet time The Matrix sequence.
Yep. It sure does.
God, they must have gone back and like they were like, we have to include this. Like we have to write in a sequence where there's a bullet time scene.
I
Let's run
think
that scene really
it's
quickly.
so hard to imagine Shrek is not fucking Scottish or whatever. Like, I think Myers was right to be like, reanimated laddies. I think it was a good choice.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I'm surprised they didn't push back on it. I think is what surprises me more than it working.
Well, maybe they were just like, damn it, he's right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 2 Austin Powers movies in at this point. Like he has clout. Like he can go. He can.
This
say,
is peak
"No,
Mike
I'm
Myers.
gonna do this.
This is
Yeah.
absolutely.
They were
peak
gonna
Mike
say no,
Myers.
and then he pulled down the collar of his shirt to reveal like a big ruffled like tie underneath, and he's like, "Remember who you're talking to."
Do I make you Randy, baby? Or do I make you Shreky, baby?
You just undercut it.
I had
God.
to. I had to.
I think okay. This is hard to explain because it won the first ever Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. That's gotta hurt from Pixar, dude. That's gotta hurt, man.
It beat Finding Nemo, I think.
No, it was
that year,
Monsters
too.
Inc. but it was also up
Wow.
against Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius.
Okay, heavy competition.
So it was basically between
Speaking of
Shrek
Uncanny Valley,
and Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
And I think they picked the right movie, but
Yes.
like as Pixar, you got to be like, well, we probably won. Like not knowing that Shrek's about to come out and be unleashed.
I mean, what was it? It was Toy Story, Bugs Life. Then is Monsters Inc. the third
Yeah.
Pixar?
Yes. Or the fourth, maybe? But it was after those.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the two follow-ups to a Toy Story were kind of
Toy Story 2
inferior,
might have
honestly.
Toy Story 2 might have been before Monsters, Inc.
But like Bugs Life is worse than Toy Story, right?
Yes.
And Monsters Inc. is worse than both, right?
Yes.
So maybe that's why they didn't get the win, even though I feel like that like category was, like Kelly is saying, like almost invented for them. But
Yeah. Well, it's funny because they didn't win until the third year of it, I think. Yeah, they won in 2003 because Spirited Away won in 2002.
Oh,
Rightfully
and well
so.
deserved. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
No, I think Cars is better than Spirited Away.
It was Lilo and Stitch, Treasure Planet, Spirit, Stallion of the... I forgot.
Stallion of the what?
Stallion of the
remember that.
Cimarron. I forgot that was a movie.
Yeah.
And then
Oh my God.
Ice Age.
I don't think Spirited Away is that good.
You're wrong. Sorry. You're
Yeah,
Marty.
okay.
I don't know why I do a podcast with you because we.
All
just
right,
had-
go watch Fatal Addiction again
Yeah.
or whatever.
I
then.
thought it was better than it's fatal better than that. Okay, but like in terms of Miyazaki, I definitely thought it was.
I think that's one of his
weaker
best.
entry.
We could go into details
wait.
on it. Spirited Away.
No,
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Howl's Moving Castle.
Howl's Moving
Sorry, I'm
Castle's
thinking of
kind
Howl's
of
Moving Castle.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
Yeah, why don't you
Howl's Moving
shut your
Castle.
mouth about
I'm
things
sorry.
you
I'm
know
sorry.
nothing of?
I'm most apologetic. Oh, please spare me.
Marty's a big Porco Rosso fan.
I actually like Kiki's Delivery Service.
Love
though.
Kiki.
Oh, hell yeah.
I haven't
Dude,
seen.
it's
I haven't
good,
seen most
though.
of these.
Totoro.
Is it-
Okay,
I-
Totoro's
Totoro's
like
the best
bottom.
one, obviously.
No, I think
What?
dude, it's not that good. It's not that good of a movie.
Totoro's so
It's
good.
an iconic
No.
character, but the movie itself not that fun.
The character's nothing. The character's barely in that movie. No, Totoro is such a good
I
movie.
think it's
It's
not
such a
that good.
delightful like.
I think
It's not
Oh,
about
that's such a good
Totoro.
movie.
It's about the girls.
Yeah.
I'm like Kiki's is the perfect mix of like it's for children but adults can watch it. Totoro is like strictly for children in my eyes. It just wasn't that fun to watch as an adult. Sorry, hot take I guess.
I
I think
so.
like saying it's at the bottom of Miyazaki's films is not that bad of a statement though because they're all still really fucking good.
I think it means you are a bad person though, Kelly. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah,
I'm the
as
bad
a
boy of
spoof, 0
spoofs.
out of 10 on Kelly.
Oh.
And as a spoof,
rated-
I hate to say it, as a spoof, 0 out of 10 for Spirited Away.
Wow. What? You know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Back to Shrek, I guess.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, we can go back to Shrek.
It's okay. Okay. When we started watching this, or when we got to it, I was like, I guess I just couldn't remember the whole plot, and I was very excited for Big Gingerbread Man to come out at the very end of the movie for the grand finale. That doesn't happen. That's Shrek 2, and I was disappointed. I think the Gingerbread
Kelly,
Man's probably my favorite character. So is Pinocchio. They're barely
The
in
was
Gingerbread
so-
Man's torture scene, though.
Yeah, I know.
A
It's
classic.
It's gold.
I mean, that was like what sold the movie to people was that scene. Like that was so heavily featured in trailers and stuff. I actually liked that they didn't that the first half of the movie is so fairy tale spoof heavy. I was so glad that they stopped paying attention. I was glad the movie grows into just being about Shrek and Donkey's relationship and Shrek and Fiona's relationship. Like I was glad that it got away from the spoof stuff so much because I think it would have I thought it would ruin the movie to be if they included any more of that later on.
Oh,
Like,
it would just
I like
get
that.
monotonous after a while.
Yeah, I like that it became about the tropes of a fairy tale story and not about the specific moments or characters or things that happen in specific ones, right? Like I don't know. I
Well,
think
'cause
this movie's
it's like- this-
well written.
It's the movie's also sort of making fun of two things. There's like almost like two kinds of fairy tale stories. Like there's like sort of like the archaic like Grimm's fairy tales where like Marty is giving me a thumbs up right now.
No, I was counting.
Oh, okay.
1.
So Grimm's fairy tales where it's like archaic, where like the story is like, there was an old woman who could turn people into a boot and her granddaughter wanted to get married, but the guy she wanted to marry said she was ugly. So the grandmother turned him into a
I
boot,
like
but
this
then the
fairy tale.
king decided to wear the boot. So it just goes to show that,
no.
like, or it's just like, this makes no fucking sense. Like, it's like, there's not really like there's not like 3 acts. There's like barely a lesson learned. It's more and then there's like the more like the Disney version of fairy tales where like there's 3 acts. Like there's an obvious like growth arc for the character, and so like Shrek starts out making fun of those like weird archaic fairy tales, and then ends making fun of like the like formulaic like Disney kids movie fairy tales. Oh, now I'm getting a big 2 thumbs up from Marty.
I don't know. I agree with everything Scott said. It's good. I honestly think Shrek 2 is better. It's more memorable than Shrek 1. But at the same time, I'm thinking budget here. They probably had a lot more money to spend, and they spent it a lot wiser because they didn't have to reanimate all of Shrek's mouths.
I didn't expect this take from you, that you like Shrek 2 so much, Kelly.
Shrek 1's fine, but Shrek 2, it's
Wow.
like the Spider-Man 2 to Spider-Man 1.
Whoa.
In the Raimi series,
Now
of course.
that... No one was getting confused
I think
there, Kelly.
people, there's so many Spider-Mans 1 and 2 at this point that yes,
Like-
people can get confused, and it's okay.
They're like, I love the Rhino cameo at the end. Oh my god, it makes it.
Dude,
It's so
Paul
good.
Giamatti getting snuffed out of Spider-Man 2, out of the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'll never. I'm still mad. I'm still upset.
Wait, was Giamatti supposed to be the Rhino?
He is the Rhino, but
in
he's got
one
like
scene.
a 1 minute scene. It's so
No.
frustrating because it would have been great.
It's
I'm
insane.
googling this right now.
It would've been
so I
so
can
good.
see Giamatti. I can see Giamatti as the Rhino right now if I Google it.
Yeah, but it's like a mech suit. It's not as good as it could have been. But it was still like
It's not a literal
I'm a-
Rhino suit.
I'm a big Giamatti fan. Paul Giamatti
yeah, who isn't?
I honestly really like Sideways. I think that's like weirdly one of my top 10 movies.
Not a good spoof.
It's not a spoof.
Oh, you know what? I did see this. He just has like a head tattoo and is bald.
Yeah, he's like
Yeah,
busting
it's
out
not-
of prison or
it's
something. It's
I
not.
wanted him to have a big ass horn on his
Yeah,
head.
of course.
Yes,
It would have been
yes.
amazing. But
Who doesn't want that? Why would they not do that?
this
It's
was
like,
the
of course
Nolan
we want
era of
that.
superhero films where they're like, no, we got to
Yeah.
make it believable and real. Don't stylize it. Boo.
God.
Screw that.
Ugh.
Like,
No, campy. Campy is superheroes are
Campy's
campy.
good.
It's supposed to be stupid.
and now we got this like terrible hybrid of the two that's just like so boring. But we can get into that. at some
Speaking my language, Kelly. Well, speaking my language there. Yeah. Raimi was the only person to ever get that tone, I thought. Like, Spider-Man 2 is the
Yeah.
perfect tone for a superhero
Raimi's doing
movie.
Strange too, though.
Yes. It's not going to be... I don't think...
I think he's gonna have to stay on the Marvel rails, though, which is
Yeah.
not fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got
The fact they switched directors for that and they got him, I was like, he kind of is he's grown into being kind of a studio director at this point, where he just gets brought on for, like, big budget projects because they know he can bring it in under budget.
I know you don't like Watchmen,
that's
but I like the new
disappointing.
Watchmen series, and
I haven't seen it.
I thought you hated it.
No, I didn't. I don't like the movie. The Watchmen series I didn't want to watch because David Lindelof is
Fair.
made one of my favorite TV shows of all time, which also is my least favorite TV show of all time because of So just fool me
Well,
once, shame on me. Fool me twice, won't get fooled
I
again.
enjoyed there's the miniseries,
What?
and The Boys is good too. So if you're looking for good
Okay.
superhero comic stuff, those are the two right now.
You like choose like what TV shows to watch like based off. It's you're talking about directors like
That's fair.
you like got out of a relationship with them or
I
something.
think that's fair. That's
Well,
like how
it's-
people should watch stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Like you should be like, I like this director or I don't like this director.
I'm more interested in seeing it because it's condensed 10 episode thing, right? Because that was the problem with Lost, was that Lindelof and Carlton Cuse both They clearly didn't have an end game in mind, and they were making a lot of shit up, and then they would retcon stuff, and it became very frustrating. That show got ruined because of like too much meddling, too much retconning, too much trying to make everything work, and it was a huge mistake. So having a concise, we know what the beginning end of this is like, I'm a little more interested in it. But yeah, it's more just like getting burned by a show that I was so into is like, yeah, I'm just not gonna waste my time with something I don't think I might not enjoy.
You get the right amount of closure with Watchmen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, people are like wanting more, and he's like, no, and it's like, yeah, because it finished fine.
Yeah, I saw
like,
that.
you don't need more.
I think no. I keep coming up with points, but I should just be talking about like, wasn't it funny when Donkey talked about the waffles or whatever?
Okay, but everyone knows Shrek. I don't know.
Okay, then fine. The ending of Watchmen, like it gives you closure on all the things you want closure on, but it leaves enough stuff open-ended that they could bring it back for a second season, but they don't have to, and it's perfect.
If they bring it back for a second season, I'd want to see like different characters, I think, and I don't know. I guess what I'm looking for in most things superhero is just letting directors and writers like take their turn with characters and stuff.
Right. I agree.
Because that's how they do it in comics. And then some
Yeah.
comics are really good and some are really bad.
That's a fair argument, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways. As a spoof.
Donkey is... Go ahead.
As a spoof, it's really I guess this week it was my turn to like just be unenthusiastic about it, even though it's a good movie. It still gets like a 9 out of 10 as a spoof. Makes fun of a lot of things that are relevant at the time. Makes fun of a lot of things that were irrelevant at the time, like fairy tales, and just overall well-rounded, good goofs. And as a movie, 9 out of 10 also. It's fine. Show it to your kid. Show it to your grandma. Everyone's going to love it.
As a spoof, I think this is a 10 out of 10. The idea of a fractured fairy tale has been done tons of times. You know, we all remember the Stinky Cheese Man book. We've all read that book, of course. We were all children when that book came out, right? Stuff like that has been around forever. This movie nails it so well that it ruined animated movies for a while. Like referencing back to my original point, like I do think this is... When a spoof movie like this it's like Austin Powers, right? Where it's like it becomes so successful that it defines culture in some way. Like, how is it not a 10 out of 10? This arguably is a more famous thing than a lot of the fairy tales it's making fun of now, which is crazy. That's crazy for a spoof movie to reach that level. I actually anticipated going first, and I wrote my last sentence in my review was, now Kelly and Scott are going to give this less than a 10, which is going to drive me literally insane. As a movie, though, I actually don't like it as much as you did, Kelly. 8 out of 10. Because I still think it's a funny, charming comedy. Nothing amazing, but I do think this is just like a really solid, enjoyable time. Like, we watch a lot of spoof movies, and some of them are really hard to get through. This is one of the ones where it's like, not a moment of... I was not struggling the entire... You know what I mean? Like, this movie was just enjoyable the entire time.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch this movie when I have really bad eyesight so that I don't have to look at the terrible lighting and animation and camera movement.
Kelly, I'll give you my glasses and then you will.
As a spoof, 10 out of 10. This should be a platinum spoof. And as a movie, I'll say 9 out of 10 too, because, like, again, it's good for the kids, it's good for the grannies, and if it's on at the gym, you can't be mad at it, right? Like, it's fine that, we don't mind Shrek at all. Leave it on.
No.
Hey, Mart.
Yes. Yeah, go for Mart.
Oh, God. What's happening?
Oh, did I get, do you have a song for us?
Hold on, I'll get them for you.
Oh. If it's
what's up, guys?
If it's go for Mart, then that would suggest that it's Mart, right?
Gentlemen, you know how the lead character of the movie Shrek is always saying, "I'm green. I'm so green. I wish I wasn't so green."
God.
Well, this week's novelty song is "Blue Ba Dee" by the Italian music group Eiffel 65.
Saved. Thought we were going to get some Kermit action.
You know it. You love it. Let's hop right into it. This song was the lead single from Eiffel 65's debut album, Europop. It was released in 1998, but became popular internationally later, eventually becoming nominated for a Grammy for Best Dance Recording at the 2001 Grammy Awards. The song is written in the key of G minor, with the vocal range spanning from C to E, and is set in common time with A. Well, I would say moderate tempo of 128 beats per minute. Reviews of this song were mixed. Some saw how catchy the song was, but many thought it had childish beats and weird vocal choices. The song was everywhere in our youth, around the same time as Shrek. This made its way on many Now That's What I Call Music mixes. But gentlemen, where did this peak on the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 charts?
Scott, you go first.
Well, you know what I'm gonna say, because I don't play with flourish. I go direct. I play to win. I'm gonna say this sucker peaked at number 1.
I'm going to say this is a trick question. Where it really peaked was in our hearts while we were cosmic bowling at night with our middle school bros on a Friday, crushing Orange Crush sodas.
All right, check the charts, Marty.
It was
Does it say
6.
that?
I Wikipedia'd. Wait.
Oh. Kelly gets it. It was 6.
I
Wow.
didn't get it. No, I didn't guess 6. I was giving the answer away when I said 6 because I Wikipedia'd it before you asked and I fucked up. My bad. I forgot that was a
That's okay.
segment. That's why I did my whole cosmic bowling thing. Like if you were cosmic bowling and they
yes.
didn't play Eiffel 65's Blue, Da Ba Dee, Da Ba Die, were you really cosmic bowling?
I think the bowling ball would just fly out of your hand.
What about
And it would go find a different bowling alley.
Britney Spears' "Lucky"?
Or Toxic by Britney
Oh,
Spears. Is that a good one?
toxic.
When you want to grind on the
That song
bowling
was
alley.
anything
Ew.
but toxic. Marty, what bowling alleys were you
Marty's
going to?
toxic.
Don't you guys go to the BDSM bowling alley?
Okay, cosmic bowling was really frustrating for me because I would try. I like to bowl. I'm trying to get these spares and strikes, and these light shows are not. Why are you turning the fog machine on right when I'm walking up to the fucking lane, dude?
You're gonna make me not get a turkey.
Yeah, I'm going for a turkey right now, and you're busting that steam on my pins.
Gobble gobble.
There should be, I think, just like the professional bowling league, there should be the professional cosmic bowling league, where that is an element of play, where they shoot the steam and shoot the laser.
Confetti.
And
Yeah.
you get to try to distract your opponent with like bad CGI graphics when they get a spare strike.
Yeah, the bowling ball turns into like Jaws or whatever,
Yeah.
and it eats
Shrek
the
shows
pins.
up in the middle of your alley, and you have to bowl around Shrek's legs.
You have to bowl around Shrek's legs.
It's so good.
And he goes, "Not in my alley."
Yeah.
It's not
Like
Shrek.
it's a different actor.
It's not Shrek.
He says, "Get in my alley."
It's-
Then fat bastard comes.
It's Shredge, and yeah, he looks similar to Shrek, but for copyright reasons, is not Shrek.
Yeah,
He's
Shredge.
Green Ogre. That's what the Halloween costume would be named.
Oh,
Do you guys have any other thoughts on Blue? Any other memories? Anything about the song?
I mean, so many, but that's for another podcast that I host called Blue Da Ba Dee Da Ba Die.
Is it blue and then parenthesis Da Ba Dee Da Ba
Yeah,
Die?
it's Da Ba
It
Dee.
is,
I
yes.
think it's just Da Ba
Daba
Dee.
D. Yeah, it is Daba D. Yes.
Didn't they have like a second hit that was like not nearly as good?
I can't remember, but I believe they
Yeah.
did. I think you're right. I mean, this song was everywhere. Like, this was like you guys are saying, like, this was like, not only was it like a hit, but it was also like, it's like the Shrek thing where it's like, it just became like part of the
Does
culture
it
for such a
does
long
it
time.
withstand the test of time? I want to ask you too. What do you guys think?
I don't think so.
Do you think I only
I don't
like it
know.
because it's nostalgic? Because I honestly think it's not a. It's kind of a bop.
I like the like auto-tuniness of it. Like there's a lot of like kind of sounds going in there that
I think it's kind of an average dance song, to be honest with you.
It sounds like 100 gex.
Well, I'm not a dancer, so I don't look for. When I'm listening to dance songs, I'm not looking for something to dance to.
Oh yeah, I'm looking to vibe. I'm looking like what's gonna get me moving on the dance
floor. And I feel like I could vibe to this song, but also I got to be real. It's not written by Americans, right? This is from Italy.
Italiano.
So there's
yes,
their second language, and it definitely like the lyrics are very. This is my second language type lyrics.
You mean the part where they say, and everything was blue for him and himself and everybody around?
Yes, those parts.
When they say favorite, but you know it's spelled with a U.
Yeah. They say aluminium.
Calor.
They're like, the millimeters.
The garage.
The lift. Are you on the lift?
Yeah. Blue was his lift and his blue little garage.
So, of course, I have a little quiz for you guys this week. And since this week, well, while both these things they came out in the 2000s for us, this week is very 90s themed. So I thought it appropriate that we grab our skateboard, snatch our high-C ecto cooler from the fridge, toss on our snap bracelets, sit down in front of our television, which is playing the O.J. Simpson White Bronco chase, kick back,
on repeat,
and enjoy this special 90s quiz. That's right,
but
this
one
quiz.
more joke. In America, they were called Eiffel 65, but in Europe, they're called Eiffel 19.812 because that's 65 feet is 19.8 meters, guys. That's my joke.
Worth it. Worth coming back to that. Definitely worth it.
This is my last joke. Okay.
This week will be all about the decade of the 90s, mostly leaning toward United States trivia, and much like any pub trivia, these questions are pretty straightforward, though I will give hints as needed. There are 10 questions, one for each year of the 90s, and we're going to alternate back and forth, starting with Kelly. So Kelly, you're going to get question 1, question 2 will be for Scott, on and on and on, and we're not cheating.
So who gets question 6?
You do.
Okay.
Yes, you do. It's actually written for you specifically. Okay, question 1. A great question, by the way. 6 is specifically for you, Scott. Question 1. Kelly, in 1990, the Gulf War began when the country of Iraq invaded the country of Kuwait. Who was the president of Iraq at the time of this invasion?
Saddam Hussein.
Ding, ding, ding. Kelly gets point number 1. This is not a very difficult quiz, guys. In 1991, journalist Richard Behar wrote an article titled The Thriving Cult of Greed and Power, which was an investigative piece about the Church of Scientology. Scott, which magazine was this article originally published in?
I'm just going to guess the first magazine I thought of, Marty, and that is Time magazine.
Scott, you're correct. It was Time magazine. Kelly, in 1992, Democrat Bill Clinton was elected President of the United States. Notably, Clinton was elected after winning both the popular vote and the electoral vote, but there was one battleground state that he did not win. In fact, this was the last time a person has won the presidency without winning this state. Name that state.
Ohio?
May I
Florida.
steal?
Oh.
No, you don't get to steal. You don't get to steal. No stealing in this. Florida. So Kelly is still up. Wait, are you still up? No, it's 1-1. 1-1. On to question 4 for Scott. In 1993, River Phoenix died of heart failure on the sidewalk outside the West Hollywood nightclub, The Viper Room. Which famous actor was a part owner of this club?
Oh, boy.
I will give you a hint on this one.
Please.
You could catch scurvy going to this club.
Is it the man who plays my favorite captain, Johnny Depp?
Yes, correct. Kelly, in 1994, O.J. Simpson and his friend Al Cowlings famously fled from police. What car were they driving?
The Bronco, the white Bronco.
Kelly gets it.
From
yes,
the intro.
It was
What
from
the
the
hell?
Ford Bronco.
That's too easy. I wanted to guess Ally McBeal as a joke, and I couldn't.
Make a Ally
Guys.
McBeal question.
I have done that. By the way, I have done that on like 3 or 4 other quizzes where I've given a hint in the intro, and you.
That wasn't a hint. That was the full
on.
fucking answer.
I'm sorry.
You got sick of us not
blame
catching
me.
your hints, so then you're just like, oh, I'll just give it to him this time.
No, nothing like that. Scott, in early 1995, which NFL team became the first franchise to win 5 Super Bowls? This was their 5th Super Bowl win.
Are we on question 6?
Correct, we are.
Oh, is it the San Francisco 49ers?
It is. Congratulations.
My
Your hometown
favorite football
boys.
team, the one I love to follow and watch the careers of every member.
Scott leads 3-2. In 1996, Kelly, which cable news network was launched on U.S. cable systems?
Wait,
And if you like a hint, I can give a hint.
one more time.
In 1996, which cable news network was launched on U.S. cable systems?
CNN?
Ooh, no, it was Fox. Fox News.
Oh, great. The end of civilization.
Yes.
All right, I
the
take back
90s.
everything I've said. We peaked in
Wait.
95.
So Fox has only been around since 1996?
Just Fox News.
Fox News.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
well, that's still great. I feel it. Damn, that's
know.
still surprisingly
Yeah.
recent. Holy shit.
It was like a brainchild thing of Rupert Murdoch that they thought of, what if we create a conservative news organization specifically to help. Yeah, we don't need to get into this, but it's like it was a whole. It was a conspiracy.
Newt
It's very
Gingrich,
well known
right?
now. I think he was part of that. Yeah. Scott, though, I have a question for you. In 1997, during a boxing match in Las Vegas, which famous boxer bit off part of Evander Holyfield's ear?
Well, I'm thinking of a boxer who once, in an interview, said that he broke his back, and when the interviewer asked him to clarify, he just said the word spinal, and that boxer's name is Mike Tyson.
It is, correct. Ding ding. Kelly, in 1998, which former professional wrestler was elected governor of the state of Minnesota?
What? Dude, come on. Why don't you give Scott the wrestling questions?
Oh, come on. Okay. Hint. He is not a pet detective, but he might be related to him.
Nah. Jesse Ventura there.
Yes.
That's a big hint.
Well, I gave Scott a pretty big hint earlier, too. So for this final question, Scott, this
Wait,
one...
are we all tied up? Have we just...
No, you are up 1 point.
Oh, okay.
So in this final question, Kelly can steal this one. In 1999, a monumental event happened that would shake the foundations of spoof movies to their very core. The Matrix was released, along with its invention, bullet time. Now, this film was nominated for and won 4 Academy Awards. For this final question, name the 4 categories The Matrix was nominated and won for at the Academy Awards.
Okay.
Scott, you can take the first guess.
Well, let's make this interesting. What if we alternate?
Yeah, go one at a time.
Okay. Well, I will say best visual effects a category.
Scott gets the first one.
Okay.
Kelly.
Best score.
Ooh. I can't give it to you.
Okay. I'm not offended.
I'll give it to you.
Oh, is it best? Oh no. Well,
Like best
I'm
original
guessing on.
soundtrack.
I'll give it to you,
It's
Kelly.
song.
It was-
It's song, right?
No, it's best sound. So that's like, it's all that's kind of mixed in there, and everybody gets that confused. So I'm going to give that one to Kelly.
All right. Best
So
sound
Scott,
design.
your next guess.
Geez, I don't even know what to. It can't be acting, right? Oh, best screenplay, best original screenplay.
Incorrect. Kelly, you can tie Scott with this correct answer.
What is it's called, like, what, best screenplay adapted or whatever? Best I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah, adapted screen. That is a category.
Best
Yeah,
adapted
That is a category,
screenplay.
but it did not. Nope.
I don't know. I can't think of. Okay, maybe. Okay, how about this? Best supporting actor.
No.
Fucking. Okay.
You know, I tested this on my wife
Oh, cool.
before this whole quiz, before doing it to
All
you
right.
guys, and she answered the exact same things you guys did.
Best
so,
actor.
Nope.
Big swing.
Okay. Do you want me to just tell you at this point?
Wait, can we just go like rapid fire? What are the fucking other categories?
Best sci-fi film.
Okay.
Yeah. Best green. Best use of the color green.
Okay. I'll go from the
Director-
top. Every
director of
category I can think
photography.
of. You've got picture, director or cinematography, lead actor, lead actress, supporting actor, supporting actress, costume design, film editing, sound effects
Best
editing,
film editing.
sound. Kelly gets it. That was one of them. That was one of them.
Was cinematography one?
No, it was not.
Was costume design one?
Nope.
Best
I did say
audio
it, though.
editing.
Sound effects
Sound
editing.
effects
Yes,
editing.
Kelly.
Wait,
wins
that's
this
different
week's
than the one
quiz.
Kelly said before?
Yes.
There's two sound ones?
Yes.
It's technically sound mixing and sound editing. So those are two. That's what they're called now. Back then they were called best sound and best sound effects mixing. Yes, Kelly wins by.
I had you in the palm of my hand the whole time, Scotto.
I know. It's because you knew I would be so bold to make that wager with you.
All I had to do was
true.
wait for Marty to give me the answers. Can't
The
fool
best
this
strategy at winning a
guy.
quiz. Well, gentlemen, that's going to do it for the quiz this week. That was a long one, so.
The first quiz of
Well.
this week. Because Scott,
Gentlemen,
do you have a novelty product for us?
I do, and I will show it to you now. You know how every week when we do the podcast, we kind of have like a debate over like what is and isn't a novelty product? Well, anyway.
Yes. I remember this.
This is my novelty product. It's a little statue of a boy playing the saxophone.
I love it.
A little tchotchke of a boy. He looks like
It's a
he's
little-
in like sort of
it's
like
very creepy.
1800s garb. Yeah.
He's cut off at, I think, the worst spot they could cut him off at.
Is that a piece
Oh, God,
of
it gets
decoration from the
creepier
Bioshock
closer
games?
It gets to us. It does look like it's from the Bioshock games.
Yeah, for the
It's
listener, I'm
horrifying.
holding it like a centimeter away from the camera. And yeah, it sort of has like these like creepy like moon eyes, these creepy like sort of like precious moments, but on. So yeah, what do you guys think of this funny novelty product?
It's very funny. I love it.
It's so novel, too. That's the best part about it.
I feel like you guys are being sarcastic.
No, I mean it. Wait, are you doing the thing you did last week, but with the products?
What
now?
thing?
Oh, no. What's in your right hand there,
I don't have a
Scott?
thing.
What's in your right hand, Scott?
I don't have. What do you mean?
Scott, I need to see both your hands.
Yeah, here's okay.
Both?
Do you want to see my
No.
other hand?
I want to see your left hand now.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Okay, there it is.
Oh, it's empty too. Damn, I could swear you had something
All
in one
right,
of those
you
hands.
caught me. There's two statues. There's the boy playing saxophone, and then there's a girl statue. She's covering her ears because he's bad.
It's insane.
Now that is a novelty product.
Insane. Why aren't those mounted outside your home on your railing?
Because I haven't found enough rubber cement to stick them on. Yeah, these just sit on the shelf. It's a funny gag. I think the further apart you have them, the funnier it is too.
I think so too.
I do agree with that. I
think
think
I
if
would-
you have one in the attic and then one in the basement,
Yeah,
it's like
I'm
even
digging a
funnier.
pit in my basement. I have a 20-foot pit in my basement.
I think it'd be real good if you put like one in your living room and then one in like a bathroom. And in the living room, it's like a talking point. You're like, why do you have that statue of the girl covering your ears? And you just shrug. And then later
I'm
on,
like-
when they're pissing, you hear them
Just keep,
cackle.
yeah, keep eating these beans and sauerkraut. You'll see why.
Yeah.
What a novelty
Wow.
product, Scott. What a
Brilliant.
product this week.
Brilliant.
2 products.
Yeah, I guess if you
Gosh.
think about it, it would be weird to just have especially the girl covering her ears. Like, what is this? Why would
That
you have
be
this?
odd.
Yeah.
The boy playing the instrument, fine. The girl covering her ears is just like a weird see no evil, hear no evil thing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It'd be
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry, Kelly. Go ahead.
I gotta think of the right reference to make for this joke to work, so never mind. You guys go.
While you're mulling over the perfect little Judd Apatow reference over there, I got a quiz for you, baby. So this is sort of a music-themed novelty product. So I got a music-themed quiz. So this quiz is I'm going to name a musician, and you are to guess their hometown. Now, should one of you not get it, the person who guesses the closest proximity to their hometown will get it. So, all right. With the explanation out of the way, the first artist in our hometown music quiz is the band Kiss. Where is Kiss from?
Buzz.
Kelly.
Detroit. Wait, they're not from
Interesting guess. Marty.
Damn. I'm gonna go Ann Arbor, just in case it's not Detroit.
Well, now, Kelly, I imagine you guessed that because they have that famous song, Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, I also thought they were from Michigan, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I'm afraid that song has misled you. They're from New York, New York.
Oh,
now
Kelly still gets it.
Yeah, we have to find. Okay, Detroit is more easterly.
East of,
Okay,
yeah,
well there you go.
yeah.
All right, point Kelly. The next artist in our hometown music quiz, a little lady by the name of Madonna.
Buzz.
Marty.
I'm gonna take a swing and just guess New York City once again.
Kelly.
That's a great guess. I was thinking
Care to-
the same thing. Maybe they're all from New York City.
Okay.
I'll do Seattle.
All right. Madonna
opposite
is
coast.
from Bay City, Michigan.
Oh no!
Oh, you are gonna have to do some calculations. I think I get
No,
that
you
though.
get that for sure.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say point Marty. All right,
Thank
we're all
God
tied
for
up.
Montana. Montana really takes up a lot of that space
westerly
between Michigan and
quadrant.
Seattle.
The next artist, Adam Levine of Maroon 5. Where's Adam Levine from?
Florida. I'm gonna say Miami.
Cleveland.
Once again, going opposite side
that
of the
the opposite? That's in
I'm
the
making-
middle of
I
the
think it's
country.
point Kelly. He's from Los Angeles, California.
Damn.
Yeah, I'll take
Okay.
it.
Kelly's up 2-1.
2-1.
2-1, Kelly. The next entrant on our list, Miss Beyonce Knowles.
Miami.
I'm gonna go Los Angeles.
You guys keep really splitting the difference. She's from Houston, Texas.
Yeah,
Rather
'cause she-
famously.
all her songs.
Yeah.
God, I was gonna say I just remembered like half her songs reference Texas. I was like, God.
So who's
damn it.
closer? I think Kelly is closer.
What did he guess?
Miami.
Miami.
Los Angeles is much closer.
Oh,
to Houston than
whatever.
Miami
We're
is.
looking this up now.
Look it
Oh,
up.
Look
I'm
it up.
pissed.
Miami's
Look
on
it
the
up.
tip of Florida, you guys.
Look it up.
It's not closer.
Yeah, but that Gulf is just which
Wait.
end of Texas is
Hold on.
Houston?
Are we
on?
doing driving
Yeah,
distance,
what
or are we
distance
doing
are we
as the
doing?
crow
As the crow
flies?
flies, of course.
Oh my God! Fuck.
What do you mean
that.
driving distance?
What?
As the
What
crow
is it?
flies.
Houston,
Music
Texas?
doesn't take roads, Marty. It flies through the air.
Houston to LA and Houston to Miami.
We'll do Miami to
think I still
Houston
get
to L.A.
Yeah.
Marty, you're way
Google
off.
Maps.
I'm confident.
This is kind of a geography quiz too.
It's definitely closer.
Really, you think you're learning about music? No, I'm teaching you about these wonderful United States we live in.
Okay, from
As the crow
Miami
flies,
to
probably.
Houston, 1,189 miles. This is by car because I don't know. I don't know what app to use for not.
All right,
by
fine.
car.
Marty gets his way. Yeah,
No,
yeah,
wait.
whatever.
What's it from Los Angeles?
No. I'm saying Marty gets his way
Oh,
as
okay,
in
yeah.
he wanted to go by road, not
Driving
by
distance.
as the
I was
crow
going by
flies.
road.
But the official measurement.
1,561 from Houston to L.A.
Suck it, Marty.
What was yours?
1,189.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there's a road
Really?
closure by Beaumont.
just guarantee we're gonna do like 100 more episodes of the show? That was the funniest thing you've ever said. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, Kelly's up 3-1.
Yeah, he might get an extra point.
Fuck, he should. No, I'm concede that one. That's fine. You can take an extra one for that.
All right,
my
the next entrant on our list, and this one is sort of, I had Kelly in mind with this one. Mr. Lenny Kravitz.
Why was I in mind? I don't know.
Atlanta? Buzz Atlanta?
Okay, Kelly.
Oh, think hard, Kelly. He wishes that he could fly. So very high. Just like a dragonfly. So Door County, Wisconsin.
Oh.
All right, I think it's Point Marty. He is from New York, New York.
What? What did Marty guess?
It might be pretty close. It might be pretty close. I said Atlanta. I think Atlanta is closer, but
Yeah, feel free to look it up. If you want to contest it, Kelly, feel free to look it up. See where the closures are.
You can start.
A lot of construction in the summer, so...
What? They're all from New York,
might
New
be
York.
closed, so.
Atlanta to New York.
Okay, this next one I definitely had Kelly in mind for. The band Blues Traveler.
Oh,
Where
God.
does Blues Traveler originate from?
Marty, Chicago.
Portland, Oregon.
All right, it's Point Marty. They are from Princeton, New Jersey.
Ooh.
Nice. 4-3? 4-3. Come on, baby. Give me
All
5
right.
points in this last
Four
question.
questions remain.
Oh shit.
Oh,
okay,
okay,
we're
good.
good.
And this one, I ask with Marty in mind. Where is Iggy Pop? The musical artist Ignatius Popular. Where is he from?
He is from Detroit, Michigan.
New York, New York.
All right, it's Point Marty. He is not from Detroit. He's from Muskegon,
All right, that's
Michigan.
close.
Oh, he's right on the coast then. That's where the isn't that where the
Yeah, it is.
Willie
Michigan
Nelson.
Oh, sorry, it's so specific to Wisconsin, Scott.
Willie
Whoa.
Nelson.
He has got to be from Tejas. I'm gonna say Dallas, Texas. We'll go north side of the
I'll
state.
do Denver, Colorado.
Okay, it is
Because of weed?
because he loves to smoke. It's going to be Point Marty, Abbott, Texas.
ABBA?
Abbott.
ABBA's
Abbott.
from the UK.
That's also not right. I take the lead. 5-4.
Oh no, I have to take a point away. All right, this one, I don't mean to be controversial here, but I have to ask. Marilyn Manson. Where is Marilyn Manson from?
Oh, the only place where you can raise someone that fricked up is Salt Lake City, Utah.
I'm gonna go. I'll go St. George, Utah.
All right, we're gonna have to get into some Utah geography because he's not from there at all.
Where is he from, Scott?
Where
I can
the
tell
fuck
you.
is-
He's from Canton, Ohio.
Kelly gets.
Where's
it, I
St.
think.
George?
St. George is south.
Yeah,
it's
I win.
Like it's the biggest city close to Zion National Park.
Okay, I win that
Yeah,
one.
you get that one for sure. We tied.
Is that the last
Wait,
one?
Hooray!
wait,
Oh,
wait. One question remains.
my heart.
Where is Miss Ariana Grande from?
Once again, I gotta go with the Big Apple.
Huh.
Interesting guess. Kelly, what do you say?
I'm browsing the map.
Are you gonna go borough specific?
Look for the state that looks like a ponytail.
Bend, Oregon.
And Marty said, I think it's Point Marty. She's from Boca Raton, Florida.
Yeah, it's Marty.
Yeah.
Well,
There you have it.
I learned
Marty
a lot.
takes it by. You learned some.
I learned how close Florida and Texas are to each other. That's for sure.
Yeah, the whole east side of the country is like a bunch of states squished together, and then that western
I
half is a bunch of big states way far apart.
I always forget that it's like it takes so long to drive through any of the western states, but the eastern states it takes like 2 hours to get through the whole coast, basically.
Yeah,
It's so
they're-
short.
They were like, hold on, we got to make 50 of these things. They really spread out the west.
They're like, there's 2 Dakotas, okay? There's
when you
2
put,
now.
like when you on your like term paper, you make like the commas like 0.13 size font, like.
That's Kansas. They're just like the whole thing is Kansas. They're
Now,
like, what
founding
about this
fathers,
part?
the country is due by midnight. Like,
Thomas Jefferson just.
we got to pull this thing out.
We purchased Louisiana. We have to break it up into something and make it 3 states.
Oh, no, I just did the count. It's only 49. We'll just split Dakota in 2 parts.
Wait, no, that we miscalculated. That leaves 49. Carolina, you. I'm looking at you next, Virginia.
We're going to take off that western little nub you've got there. We're going to take it right off of you.
Wow, this is some really good geography humor we're doing.
Why don't we just add Puerto
Really
Rico?
good.
No.
We like the nice
Yeah.
even number.
51's
We
too
don't have to-
weird.
Printing new flags. Ugh.
Yeah, the tyranny of even numbers.
I can't believe none of those musicians were from Alaska.
Yeah, I thought of maybe next time I'll do an all 50 states if we're
Oh,
really
man, just
if
do that
we're
for
really
the whole
hard for
episode.
content.
Love it.
When we do the sequel to Little Train
God.
Robbery, I'll do that as the quiz.
We got to wrap. We got to wrap this up.
Yeah, it's time. It's time.
All right,
People are going to
boys,
think
well,
we spent an hour and 10 minutes talking about Shrek when we did the very
They're
opposite.
going to be so disappointed. They're going to be so disappointed.
Oh, finally, they're going to really dig
oh,
deep into this
yeah.
one.
the review-
Donkey and Shrek.
the movie review, we literally go into like 7 different other franchises and like
It's been like 15 minutes
Talking
talking
about
about what
Miyazaki.
Academy Awards The Matrix won. What the fuck?
it's
You know what
relevant
you
to
get when you
Shrek.
tune in. It's gonna be in the description. I'll write disclaimer. This is not an hour on just Shrek. We talk about other things
Yeah.
too.
You know how those Shrek freaks are like thirsty for content.
Oh man, they're banging on my door right now.
Yeah.
You don't hear them? They're yelling, "Get out of my swamp!" That's a Shrek reference. Don't you understand?
All right. Well, on that note, we gotta get the hell out of here.
We truly and really appreciate it.
Thank you for listening this week.
Bye bye.